Writing essays for scholarships, figuring out what you're going to wear for prom and maybe your school pictures, and yes, even skip day. These are all things commonly associated with senior year of high school.
I remember those times, and it can be hard to keep track of everything that needs to be done during this very important year for graduating students. Barron Whited of Agora Cyber Charter School is here with some tips and a timeline for senior year. All right, now it's crunch time.
Yes. Yeah.
You're getting ready to graduate this year. What should you be doing? What should you have lined out for the year?
So the first thing you need to do is meet with your school counselor to make sure that you are on track for graduation in June, because you might make sure you take the right classes, your credits, you're making sure you're meeting all those graduation requirements.
Well, this is strange to me, because is it possible for you to not be on the path line to graduation? Like, is there something that you could have missed without knowing?
There could. Typically, no, unless you failed a couple classes and you're
Right.
behind. You have to do like credit recovery classes
Okay.
and stuff. But, you know, more than likely, your school counselor is going to help you through that process. That's why I always say, if you don't have a meeting already scheduled, schedule it.
Schedule it.
Make sure
Just do
everything's
it.
on track.
I had a reoccurring nightmare when I was a senior in high school.
you weren't gonna
that I
graduate.
wasn't going to graduate, that I missed, like, I
Yes.
failed English or
Yeah,
something.
same here.
Very bizarre.
Yeah.
So you say have a graduation plan.
Yes. So this is where, when you are meeting with your school counselor, make sure you know what your plans are after high school. Are you going to go straight into the workforce? Are you going to go to a trade school, community college, whatever that is? Make sure you know those application deadlines, and you are applying to scholarships, writing those essays.
You know, for me, I remember this, and this is very real for a lot of people. I got denied the school that I wanted to get into.
Same.
And so it was the fall of my senior year, and I was like, oh boy, where am I going to go?
I know, that same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but for a lot of kids, this is what happened. You get that letter in the mail, and now you're
Yes.
counting down the months until you graduate, and you're not really sure where you're going to go yet. So
Right,
definitely
yeah.
part of it. You also say stay focused on your grades, because I think there's a lot of kids are like, oh yeah, it's my senior year. I can let off. I'm going into
Right.
Penn State, or I'm going to this school, wherever they're going.
Big
Right.
mistake.
You got to stay on top of
You
it.
do. Don't let senioritis take effect.
Right.
Some students may have already applied to college and they got accepted, but those senior year grades are very important, because typically when you're accepted to a college, it's conditionally. When you hand in those final transcripts, they do have the right to take away that acceptance letter if you don't have, those grades. So I always say stay on track.
Yeah, and then plus you want to stay on track with just what you're learning to be ready for freshman year in college.
Right.
Yeah, because you'll fall behind. All right, so I'm curious about this one. Know your timeline for senior pictures.
So the
Very
reason,
important.
Yes,
So-
the only reason, because probably a lot of students already got their pictures taken over summer, but you may be exploring, different packages. Make sure you know what the timeline is for your school district, if they are accepting those portraits or those pictures. And you may need to know, like, am I sending these pictures out with graduation announcements, thank you notes? Obviously, you're going to send them to your family and friends, but it's important to know that, because every school has a different deadline.
I was just trying, gosh, it was so long ago, but do you remember you had to submit them to the school so they could get them in time for the yearbook?
Right.
So
That's
really
what I was thinking about yearbook. Yeah, you don't want to miss
them
that.
into the yearbook.
No, you don't.
And the photographers book up so fast too, so
They
it's
really do.
important. You say also attend school events.
Yes.
Go to homecoming, go to prom, senior trip, like do these things.
Right. You always have the academic side, but the social side, it is about making memories. So you want to make the most out of all these things. There's obviously going to be events that come up that you weren't even anticipating.
Yeah.
But attend all that you can.
Yeah, and I think that goes along with just enjoying the journey.
Exactly.
Have fun.
Exactly. There's going to be ups and downs, and that's okay. This is lifelong skills you're going to have. Turn that negative into a positive.
Yeah, I love
that.
this too. Because you should, I mean, this is kind of like life lessons. Have fun, enjoy the ride, but do the hard work.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Barron.
you.
Really great stuff.
All right, if you're interested in learning more about Agora Cyber Charter School, we'll have more information on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
Coming up on the show, from being on a massive tour to raising a family, Megan Trainor talks to us about life and music. We're going to share that conversation next.